9 National Assembly seats, 774 local government areas. This is Nigeria.
You should stop doing this slave game. It's not really fighting corruption, it's fighting opponents, it's fighting those who hold them in the past.
How well do you know the political terrain of Nigeria? Today, there's no such thing as keeping out of politics. All issues are political games, and we are the players. Political Arena.
Wednesdays, 11:30 a.m.
On Women Radio.
On WFM 91.7.
Political Arena. Politicking at all levels.
Good morning and welcome to Political Arena on your Women Radio WFM 91.7. Today on Political Arena, we're discussing 2023 Roadmap, Women in Politics. Women, the agents of change Nigeria needs. My name is Sumto Titilayo Ajama. In 2019, 232 women contested for seats in the Senate out of a total of 1,083 candidates. Now, you'd agree with me that that's a significant number of candidates, and only 232 women contested. And for the House of Representatives, out of 4,548 candidates, only 532 were women. In total, 764 women contested in the 2019 elections to the National Assembly. Now, over the years, though we have seen women come out to vie for political positions, the perceptions and support that trail them is less than commendable. The question on the minds of Nigerians are women truly the change Nigeria needs? Are women truly the change Nigeria needs? Today, I'm speaking with Adiola Aziz, SDP candidate, House of Representatives, Ijebu Central Federal Constituency, Ogun State. Hello, Adiola. Good morning. Thank you for joining me on Political Arena.
Yes, I'm happy to be here to discuss this very, very important issue.
Yes, it's a pleasure to have you. And you can call in to ask questions. You can call in to render your contributions. Call in to 07000 917 917. The number to call is 07000 917 917. You can also send in your text and WhatsApp messages to 0703 175 6537. 0703 175 6537. Once again, today we're discussing 2023 Roadmap, Women in Politics. Women, the agents of change Nigeria needs. Now, Adiola, first I have to say congratulations on emerging as SDP candidate for House of Representatives, Ijebu Central Federal Constituency in Ogun State.
Thank you.
You must have really worked hard for that one.
It was. I did work hard. Anything in politics is not an easy ride. You need to make decisions. You need to ensure that you are taking the right steps.
Absolutely.
Yes, it wasn't easy.
See, taking the right steps is a very key point because you worked for decades as a banker in the corporate sector.
Mm-hmm.
My question, which I'm sure everybody wants to know, is what prompted you to go into politics? Why politics?
It's a valid question. And like you said, a lot of people ask me that. And they say, how dare you? And some people salute my courage. Some people say, look, are you not going to get yourself messed up after preserving your name and reputation and integrity for all these years, having worked for an international organization for 31 years odd? And why do you want to go into the dirty game of politics? And, sometimes when I want to be funny, I said, well, I want to be the detergent to clean it up, people should join me in doing that. But on a serious note, I was born into a political family. So I was politically aware, from the get-go, but not politically engaged. So there's a difference between being politically aware and being politically engaged. And I would say that consciously now, I became politically engaged by actually registering with the party around 2013, 2014, when WIMBIS, which I co-founded, Women in Management, Business and Public Sector, decided to advocate that we do need women in politics and that women are underrepresented. It came to us that definitely because we're not adequately represented on the table, many issues concerning women are off the table. Or if they're even on the table, they're dismissed and the right perspectives are not given to it. If we're not on the table, right, we will not have a robust decision-making process with men at the table. And as a result, you would have the right balance we should.
Yes.
So it is important. Women are a necessary agent, and that is the advocacy that Nigeria has to undergo. And we know there are many women's groups who are on this journey. But again, we need to see women present themselves out as candidates.
Yes, very true.
I mean, I don't know whether I should stop there and
this is obviously the push that prompted you into governance. This is the thing that you thought to yourself and you realized I should actually take this step.
I will also tell you, of course, when I was close to my end at Deutsche Bank, in my retirement years, I began to think, what was I going to do? Was I just going to take up a board positions and sit cozy? And which is what I did all my life. I was basically building networks. I was building valuable networks. I was building relationships all along my journey. So I have an extensive network of people that I can leverage on. And because I'm very people-centric and I always love to help, I always like to be the door opener. I always like to be... Some people call me a lifesaver, but I'm not. It's only God who saves lives.
Yes.
But at the same time, I do my bit for humanity, and I do it well, in the sense that whatever I choose to do or whoever I decide to assist in any way, form, or manner, I get them to the door, and then when they get there, they proceed. Coupled with the fact that, in addition to that, I always get picked to organize things, to do things. And like I said, being one of the co-founders of WIMBIZ is no beans. We're 21 years, we're the foremost credible women's organization in Nigeria.
Yes.
So it was a natural thing for me to just segue into politics. But again, I had to go back to school. I attended the School of Politics, Policy and Governance. I needed to refresh my head. I needed to know more, update myself to ensure that if I was going to do the right thing, I needed to stay current, so that I'm not basically trying to implement or advocate for what is outdated. So I did that, and that was very, very good. I did that for 8 months. And then, of course, I graduated and I said, look, what position do you want to go for? A lot of people said, oh, no, why don't you go for a senator? Why don't you go for a deputy governor? Why don't you go for governor? I said, I'm going to do it iteration by iteration, bit by bit. And the impact that I actually wanted was my community, because I have been related and I have been engaged with my community from as early as age 10. My father ensured that wherever we were in education, we always went back home. So I knew where I came from, Ward 15, Odogbolu local government in Isonyaugbo, right? So he made us aware of that. So I needed to go back to start and where the impact would be felt rather than, getting higher. And I wanted to learn the ropes as well. There was no point. I wanted to learn the ropes, know the community, and let them know me. I know them, and they know, hey, we've got a breath of fresh air, coming into.
So, but looking at the situation of things now, you have successfully transitioned from the corporate sector into politics. So now that you're here, now that you've ventured successfully into politics, what are some of those challenges? You need to win. Very important.
Very, very important.
Very important.
So I've started the journey, but I must win.
Okay. Good. Now that you have journeyed successfully, absolutely. Yes. And you're now in the political space. You're very much aware of things that are going on.
Yeah.
So what are some of those challenges that you have identified at the local legislative arm of governance, and what will you do for the people of Ijebu-Ode to really benefit from the true gains of democracy, from you being in this position as the candidate that you are right now?
Okay. It's a very good thing, because when you want to go on a path, you need to see clearly the path to venture into, especially since engaging and in politics was new to me. So what I did to do, I mean, like how you would do when you're in the corporate sector, was to do a research. You know, I was lucky. I got a grant, right? And I gathered people to do this for me professionally and properly. So sometime in December last year, right, I engaged this group of young professional anthropologists, researchers to go into the local government, to the 3 local governments, local government by local government, ward by ward, community by community, to talk to them, find out their issues, what are their needs, what are their pains, what would they like to see, what has previous leaders done, what have they not done, what are the promises that were met, what were the promises that failed, right? So I got a very robust view of what was happening in my community. And I did that because when I started to familiarize myself with the community. So if I went into a community, they were surprised that I knew what their pains were. I said I did my homework, right? So I'll just give a few examples. Like, for instance, when you take Ijebu Northeast, for instance,
which is one of the 3 local governments under the Ijebu Central Federal Constituency.
Exactly. Ijebu Northeast, they have a problem with road infrastructure. They cannot even access their farmlands to farm for us so that their produce can even reach the market, not to talk of even crossing the border. Access to market, access to their farms is pitiable. Not to talk of to their communities. There's a place, the largest ward in Ijebu Northeast, Ward 2 and 3, is called Enyoshan. They don't even have a network to make calls. It's like they're completely cut out of civilization. So that is it. So access to their farmlands, power, basic infrastructure missing. Then you talk about Odogbolu as well. Of course, they also have road network issues. They also have inadequate health facilities, and life could be better for them. Especially, you now talk about the youth. The youth issue saddens me. The youth need to be engaged. They are mostly unemployed or not employable.
2 different things, but definitely each of them are very significant.
Of them are very, very significant. And you see young, able-bodied young men waking up in the morning and they're just sitting at the corner of the roads, either doing nothing, playing the chess game, watching the football match, and you're saying, don't they have a job to go to? That really worries me. And because our current day situation of youth are anything to do with technology, you would wake up the youth. So I am in the process. It's International Youth Day on the 12th of August.
Yes, it is.
And I'm rolling out an initiative that is powered with technology, where I'm doing a survey of the youth in my constituency. They're going to fill a Google form, and I'm going to assess the level of their knowledge, what they want, how they want it, by answering a questionnaire. Based on that, I will then decide, and I will know what exactly to deliver to the youth.
How
and
you can
in
engage
any
them.
way engage them, and in delivering whatever it is they know. I am going to be partnering with my friends and relationships in the private sector, and we've discussed this, and they are ready and willing. But we needed to do it well and do it properly so that the proper impact is felt. So
Sure.
In my constituency, fingers crossed, hope is coming back to them again.
Most definitely. Thank you very much. 15 minutes to 12 on Women Radio 91.7. This is still Political Arena, where we discuss politicking in Nigeria. Today on Political Arena, we're discussing 2023 Roadmap, Women in Politics. Women, the of change Nigeria needs. My guest today is Adiola Az. She's SDP candidate, House of Representatives, Ijebu Central Federal Constituency, Ogun State. The phone line is open. You feel free to call in 07000 917 917. We'll do our best to take your questions. 07000 917 917. You can also send in your text or WhatsApp messages. We'll also do our best to take those before the is over. 0703 175 6537. That's the number. Once again, phone line 07000 917 917. Call, text, or WhatsApp 0703 175 6537. Now, you spoke about the fact that there are not enough women at the table making decisions. So, look at the fact that there are only 18 women. Okay, we have a call coming in. Let's take that. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning, madam. I can hear you.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, my name is Godwin. I'm calling from Ogun State.
Hello, Godwin. Thank you for calling. Please go ahead very quickly. Oh, Godwin, your network is not very good. Please move to an area that has better network so that when you call back in, we can hear you clearly. Please, and this is for anyone who wants to call in, please make sure that you have good network when you're calling so that we can actually take your questions and we can hear you properly. Thank you again. So 18 women in the House of Representatives of about 360 members. That is significantly worrisome. And that just speaks to what you said, not enough women on the decision-making table. So since we're talking about that table, what difference will you bring, Adiola? What difference would you bring on board? And what would you do to represent the interests of women, youths, and you talked about your initiative concerning youth, but women, children, and people living with disabilities?